Hello YouTube, welcome to the first and hopefully not final episode of Good News, Bad News, the show where I will be putting two comedians head to head to work out who has had the best news of the week and who has had the worst news in the headlines this week. Joining me in the studio today, I'm joined by Courtney Cornfield. Hello Courtney.
Hello, Richard. How are you this evening?
Very well, thank you. And Dora Flowers. Hello Dora.
Hello indeed.
Excellent. Has anyone had any news this week, good or bad?
Well, I believe I've had a bit of both.
Ooh, okay. Do you care to share?
In reality or in the sphere of, oh, hello, cat.
Aw, that's good news already.
I got my cat. Well, I found out I'm doing a gig on Monday and the headliner is Sean Walsh.
Ah,
Wow, nice.
That's my good news.
That's quite good.
I know. I was quite excited about that.
Nice.
And the bad news is I just have a heck of a lot of marking to do left at work.
Right, okay. Okay, we'll try and speed through and avoid keeping you taking too much of your time. But anything from you, Dora?
yeah. So my good news, I think, is that at a gig yesterday, I managed to get everybody to sing almost an entire Phil Collins song all together in unison. It
Which
was
one?
beautiful. Against all odds.
And I've got a question now. I don't know how you feel about Phil Collins. Is that good or bad news?
I thought it was pretty good. It was.
Okay, cool. That's good. Okay.
I think my bad news has been that it's been raining lots, and part of my journey to work is line biking. So
Oh,
I think it's scientifically proven that you get wetter if you cycle in the rain.
Okay, in that case, let's get on with the show. Okay, so we're going to start off. I think we're going to start with you, Courtney. Courtney,
okay.
please tell me who has had a bad week and why?
Well, some might say this is good news, some might say it's bad. I'm taking the stance that it's bad news. So, one of the UK's biggest dairy companies is facing public backlash after it's added a new additive to the milk. Now, this additive, yes, I know everyone doesn't like additives, but it's supposed to prevent the cows from being gaseous or gaseous or windy, so they don't burp as much, and that will prevent less methane gas entering the atmosphere.
It's anti-fart powder.
Anti-fart, anti-burp. And I think, people panic, oh, additives in our milk, but I can think of a lot of people that would benefit from humans consuming this.
Yes, me.
Yes, well, yeah, me too. I'm lactose
I
intolerant.
need this.
And the bus journeys and the tube journeys, way more enjoyable. So I feel it's a bad move because I think we could all benefit from less burping and farting.
Okay, so it's bad news or good news?
I say bad news.
Oh, so because they're protesting
because they're
it.
taking it, they want to take it out.
Okay, so who is this bad news for?
Well, it's bad news for the atmosphere because we want to reduce methane gas because let's face it, it's not going to happen where the world's vegan. So it's bad news that they want to take it out because this means the cows will continue being, the rude burpers and farters, and their methane gas will continue to eat away the ozone layer and increase pollution. So
okay, so it's bad. It's bad for the environment. This news, because we all need a bit more bad news for the environment. It's been going all so well for it recently.
yeah, and consumers are saying, "Whoa, hey, methane, no methane. We don't like the fact that there's a new additive in our milk because we're trying to steer away from additives as they grab their vapes."
So I'm looking at this now. Apparently, there's been a whole load of conspiracy theories as well about this particular medicine. There's just completely baseless suggestions that it's to do with depopulation, and it's even had some baseless links to another Bill Gates scandal, Bill Gates conspiracy theory.
Okay, so maybe
people are saying that they think Bill Gates is trying to depopulate the planet. I think, if I'm reading this right.
Well, and then Elon Musk and Trump are trying to overpopulate it.
Yes, Elon Musk is on a fairly solid mission for that one, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're missing a key component here. Has anybody tried asking the cows what they want?
One burp for yes, two burps for no.
Mm. And also, I've been around cows. I've never seen a cow burp or fart.
You're probably in luck there. We're all comedians here. We've all done a lot of hot air.
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Exactly. So maybe I haven't actually delved deep into the conspiracy theory of this. People are saying it's not farting cows that's the problem. It's people, billionaires and their jets and their helicopters and their
Yeah, the thing is, it's not just one; it's multiple. Apparently, this can reduce it by 27%. It could reduce cow farts and burps by 27%, which methane is quite a big uh, global gas. What's it called? Global warming gas. Greenhouse gas. That's the word. I just completely blanked on words
There we
again.
go.
greenhouse gas.
That's not something I've heard since like 1996. So they're
What?
taking the
Now,
additives out of the cow food
Oh no,
so
I
the
think no. So
cow
that
doesn't burp and
so
farts,
no,
and therefore
they're
it's not
putting
in
the
our
additives
milk.
in. They're putting the additives in to stop the burps and farts, and people are upset that this stuff is being added to their milk and it's going to poison them. And they've been putting up social media things saying that they're going to stop getting milk from the shops who have said that. So Morrison's, Tesco's, and a couple of others have said that they're going to be stocking this milk, which is from cows who have had this put into them. I think there's 30 farms in the UK. It's a Swedish firm, I think.
Arla.
Arla. And the oh yeah, go on.
What I also think, if it has like a secondary gain where humans fart and burp less, then it will increase the population. So maybe that's what they're getting at. Because if your partner's
Mm.
farting and burping, you're not going to want to breed with them. But if they drink the milk, it has an effect on them too. And we're
Wow,
not,
that's
you know.
okay. So in fact, so it could actually be good news for the. I think you may have just shot yourself in the foot there,
No,
Courtney,
because the
because
population.
it made it good news for the global population. Oh no. Oh okay, I see. Yeah, it's good news
We
for the
don't want the population going up. Some say
yeah.
the birth rate's declining.
So if this goes through, and they do put this in the milk into the cows who then produce the milk, and then people stop farting, and then we start breeding more, and then the population grows, and then global warming gets worse because of the population growth, then if they stop doing that, then we don't have population growth, and it's actually good news for the environment. So this may be good news for the environment.
But the birth rate is going down in many, many countries. And that means there's going to be fewer skilled laborers later on in life. Obviously, if there's no people growing up to be employed, we need more babies despite the overpopulation. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Really,
Okay,
we
so
want less people farting, and the way to achieve this is to drink milk from cows who
yeah,
don't fart.
and then get it on.
okay, so we have that story. We've got the burping cows from Courtney. Dora, what's your bad news story?
My bad news story. Well, so there's a there's a Yorkshire robbery that's gone wrong. So in the BBC on Monday morning, we heard that Tommy Banks, Michelin-starred chef, had his van driven away from his business park on Sunday night. Frustrating for Tommy, of course, because insurance forms are some of the worst forms to fill out. Was
All
pretty
those,
sad. So it's very bad
yeah,
news. Bad news for Tommy. But the real bad luck, the real kicker, actually, I think, was for the thieves. Because unbeknownst to them, in the back of that van, there was 2,500 unmarked pies ready to be taken to the
Oh,
market stalls the next day.
that sounds like good news. What? You're gonna have to sell me on why that's bad news for the pie thieves.
I will sell it to you. That is the street value of 25,000 pounds, just so you know. Here's why it's bad news. Unmarked pies. Who's going to buy those?
did
This
you
is
do a
oh
You
you
can't,
want
yeah, can't sell them. You can't say they're Michelin starred pies because that'll give the game away.
they'll think you've just
Can't,
gone to Iceland and they've been thawed. Did you do a
yeah.
pie chart comparison?
You could I haven't I didn't get into the pie charts, goodness. You
so
couldn't. No, you can't throw them out because that's 2,500 pies and the council will have you for that.
Oh,
So that's really bad news for them.
2,500 pies is a lot of
It's
pies.
a lot of pies. It is a lot of pies. Now, the last thing I would say is that they can't give them away because who is taking a pie from a man in a van?
I'm gonna interrupt here because this is Yorkshire we're talking about.
They've already got all their own pies.
No,
They're not
these are
going to
the
take a
these.
pie from a man in a
Oh,
van, probably in a balaclava. Now, I do, I do believe in karma, but I do think in this case, it just kicked them a bit hard. They've given themselves a heck of a job. They've, come on, burglars, they've taken a van, that's bad, but then they've given themselves this hefty weight load of 2,500 pies. What are they
Unmarked.
doing with that?
Now, I do actually have a couple of updates on this one. One is that Tommy Banks apparently went on air on Monday on social media and radio and television stuff, begging for the burglars to do something productive with those pies, even if they don't return them, to at least take them to like a charity or something like that, some sort of community centre, so they could actually be eaten, just anything to get the pies eaten. The second thing is, the police have now found the van. They have not found the pies,
Wow.
which suggests to me that the robbers or the thieves now have all those pies. They've taken those pies out of that van and are now doing something with them.
Maybe they planned the heist of the
Yeah,
pies. Maybe there's something
maybe it was
in the
the
pies,
pie.
like drugs, jewels. Maybe there's more to this than he's letting on. Baked in the pies.
They've all got their
possibly.
thumbs in the pies like that. There's
Exactly.
so many
Tom
They
thumbs.
Thumb.
They were due to go to a Christmas market. I wonder if they got Christmas baubles inside. But
Maybe
yeah,
what's going to happen is there's going to be another stall next to the stall where the stall would have been selling pies, but
in unmarked pies.
And
like they
pie
put
competition.
a pie competition. They put like a a T on it for thieves pies, something like
And
that.
maybe there's someone at the market setting up next to them and they know their pies won't sell because who would buy their pies versus Michelin star pie? So they've sabotaged the pies, kind of like when Tanya Harding
Yeah.
whacked
maybe
her
this. Maybe
opponent
this.
with a rod. And now the pie people at the market can't actually sell their pies because it's so obvious now.
Maybe the pies, maybe this is corporate espionage. Maybe some rival pie company has come in and they've stolen the pies to look at how they've been made and try and recreate them. Maybe this is Pie Spy.
And they're feeling pious.
They could be. They could. These could all be very true. I just think that it was bad news. It was bad news for those
For
robbers
the, for
because
the
yes, they
robbers.
got away
Okay.
with more than just a van.
So, the choice is between Courtney's bovine burping blockers or Dora's pilfered pies.
I'm going
I
to try and
do understand that I am essentially supporting crime in my bad news story, taking favor with the thieves.
Yeah, you know what? I think they've had a pretty good time of it. I think I'm actually going to. I'm surprised myself. I'm actually going to give this one to the environment, the burping cow blockers, the bovine burp blockers. That's what I've written down.
Bovine burp blockers. I mean, they
Yeah.
could even put it in the pies.
You could.
You,
Oh my
yeah.
God. I wonder if the
Pies
pie
that stop you farting.
They're
had the
linked.
cows had the additives.
Okay, so we're going to move on now. Dora, please could you kick us off with your good news?
I have a great news story. This is good news from the world of UK indie music. It's on the same theme of robbery, but so British band, it's another BBC article. British band sports team have been robbed at gunpoint. But wait, in the first day of their US tour. Now, for a band like this, being robbed at gunpoint has actually really put them on the map. That's something that's true because until today, myself and millions of other BBC readers hadn't even heard of them. And today, I've listened to a bit of one of their songs. There
Was
is
it
a
good?
little bit more. Let me tell you. Let me tell you a little bit more about why this is. So, the items that were stolen included their
Nice.
passports, all of their clothes, and except what they were wearing that day, as well as all their equipment. and all the stuff that costs loads of money. But crucially, the passport and their clothes have all been stolen. And do you know what? There's something about a rock band that has to attend their country's embassy in stinky, smelly, dirty clothes that just screams rock. I just think that this
It's
Lady
pretty
Fortune,
metal.
Lady Fortune has visited them in the guise of masked gunmen and just given them kudos.
It is true. It is true that there is no such thing as bad publicity, especially for rock stars. I think that's a very interesting angle to take on this one. Obviously, they have been held up at gunpoint. They seem to be saying that they. Oh, hang on! I've just realised one of them said. What was it? Oh yeah, one of them describes it as discombobulating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
now
whole
you
event.
see, if a band is using words like discombobulating about
Then they clearly haven't had a bad day.
held at gunpoint, I think they need a little bit more rock in them because Coldplay used the word discombobulating, not rock stars. I think they needed to have their call upped just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, a level up from discombobulated, like
Mm.
a bit messed up. A bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Initially, I thought you might be going with the burglars having a bad day because they've got to try and lug around at least 6 suitcases full of clothes,
And
Oh,
which
they're
is
all
puppets.
going to be lame clothes. It's going to be fun. Honestly, I
is
think
that
this
all
might be a
stage
PR
stuff?
stunt. I think it was PR that did this.
Well, okay, okay, that's your shout. It's the band who have got unexpected publicity. So okay, let's go across to Courtney. What's your good news story?
Well, my good news story has to do with a recent study that has proven that eating dark chocolate regularly could reduce type 2 diabetes.
What?
Yes,
Eating chocolate can reduce diabetes?
No, no,
not
eating dark
dark
chocolate.
chocolate,
Oh,
not milk, not
oh!
light, not Kinder Buenos.
You had me so hard, and then you lost me so hard.
I'm sorry.
It is a shame that it's dark chocolate
I'm a
because
bit of an
that
insulin
would be the
cheese.
best news story ever.
Dark chocolate. I mean, dark chocolate it tastes like it's disappointed in you. Dark chocolate. It's dark. It's cold and bitter, like all the worst comedians. It's
It's like
ah
when somebody gives it to you for a present. It's like, are you breaking up with me?
yeah. What is it? Dark chocolate. I mean, dark chocolate only tastes good in one combination. That's when you put it with salt. So what you need to add to dark chocolate to make it even palatable is the flavor of tears.
Yeah.
But then you'll give yourself a heart condition, but you won't have diabetes. Now,
Yeah.
I can have vegan chocolate or dark chocolate because I'm dairy intolerant. Thanks to having my third child, I became dairy intolerant after that. So I get the disappointment with dark chocolate. I often get dark chocolate and miss the good stuff. But I would rather eat 2 pieces of dark chocolate a day to prevent diabetes than go for a run.
Yeah, actually, if you can prevent yourself from
Yeah.
going, I think a dark chocolate versus a run, eating dark chocolate, you could probably just like, could you powder it down and put it in a capsule and take it as a
You
pill?
know what? I also feel like dark chocolate is something which only people only eat when they're the kind of person who's probably not going to get diabetes anyway, because anyway, this type of diabetes where it's often from eating lovely, delicious things, which gives you diabetes.
That annoying person that heats up fish in the staff room microwave type.
Oh,
Just
So
eat it
so
cold outside alone in a car park.
yeah, and we don't need to have our fish at work.
okay, so hang on, who's this good news for?
Well, it's good news for people who want to prevent diabetes
Mm.
without having to exercise or having to reduce your belly fat or having to reduce other foods because normally to prevent disease you have to take out foods from your diet.
But they're such miserable people who are eating this black chocolate already.
Dip it in peanut butter.
That's giving you the other heart condition back again. Okay.
I don't know. Can dark chocolate, does it actually have the power to over, like if you were drinking it with a bottle of vodka, say, could it really have the same? medicinal purposes.
Like if you mix
Yeah, like
grapefruit
if you
juice with
eat it,
antidepressants, it
Well,
kind of
if
dilutes it.
if you had one,
Counterindicative.
yeah, if you have
oh,
one
hang on. Okay, so
milk chocolate,
yeah.
two dark chocolates, does it does it override the milk chocolate?
I don't know. We'll have to do this. We'll have to add that to the scientific experiment.
We'll
Mm,
have to do another study on this to say, okay,
Yeah.
can we have it with a shot of vodka? With
Okay, I am willing to take part in the experiment if and only if we get to use milk chocolate and see what the effect is.
right,
okay.
you have milk, I'll have dark. Dora, you have both, and
Yeah,
whoever
okay.
gets diabetes first will know.
We'll lose. Yeah.
Who cares
Uh,
about
Great.
controls? We don't need those.
This will
okay.
just be something we'll return to in 15 years.
It may well be. Okay, so so in this round we're challenging Dora's rock band with recognition, and Courtney's black magic medicine. This one, I think I'm giving this one to the burglars here, to the rock band, So I think, does that make it 1-1?
Yeah.
It does. I
It
love one
does.
more. That's my favorite
Okay.
score.
In that case, I've
It's
got.
better than dark chocolate.
Well, I do have a little surprise for you. I'm going to give you news stories. Who would like to go first?
Oh, uh,
I'll go.
Okay, Courtney, give me the good news or bad news for someone in the South Korea debacle, where South Korea has gone into a state of martial law and then immediately reversed that martial law. Who do you reckon has had a good week or bad week there?
Well, I would say the people of South Korea have had a good week because their government just showed how horrible they can be and turn on them. So I think in a way that's empowered the people of South Korea.
Okay, and now Dora, Greg Wallace, who in that story gets a good week or a bad week of news?
okay, what's the name of the guy he presents with?
Oh,
That guy.
Toward something?
Yeah, him.
so his co-host.
So sorry, his co-host,
Let's just call him
and
co-host.
all of the people who watch television have good news because we don't have to watch him eat anymore. Ah, watching him eat used to be so uncomfortable. And even though I know they cut most of his kind of gross sayings out of all the TV shows, they still came through a little
Okay.
bit. So we're all good news because no offense, Greg, but it was a bit much. And we're all kind of glad you're gone.
And middle
Okay.
class women of a certain age
Yeah,
have
well,
a voice.
or women of any age and men of any age. All of them.
Okay. So I'm going to give the tiebreaker. I'm sorry, I'm giving the tiebreaker to Dora. Dora, you win on the tiebreaker.
In fairness, I had a pretty easy one. Thank you. So
Well,
that was great. We did both of us did amazing though.
I think we did, yeah.
very good victory speech there. Thank you very much. In that case, there's just one last question for you guys. What news have you got coming up?
Oh, well, so 22nd of December, which doesn't matter that the next day is my birthday, but it is. The 22nd of December in Rose and Crown in Tufnell Park, the comedy show I help run, Shtick Comedy, is having a Christmas special, and it's called uh can I it's so it's can I say the word shit?
Yes.
Yes, good. It's called Shit-Faced Stickmas. So we're going to get the MC drunk over the course of the evening, and all the acts have to drink a little bit.
Okay.
So it's comedy gone wrong with alcohol poisoning, and that's the
Yay!
22nd of December in Tufnell Park.
Don't forget the dark
Excellent.
chocolate to counteract.
Oh yes,
Backs
we'll
of the
all have
sugar from
dark
the
Diabetes.
alcohol.
chocolate.
And
Instead of donations, we're going to give people dark chocolate so they don't get diabetes.
and Courtney, any upcoming news?
So Monday, the 9th of December at the Fighting Cocks in Kingston, sorry, with Outside the Box Comedy, have a gig. The 12th of December, I'm in Banbury, not riding a cock horse. Anyway, at the Attic, doing a set there. And I believe that is all.
That is all. Okay. In that case, thank you very much. Hopefully, we'll have you back on the show at some other time. To everyone at home, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.